welcome everyone. I guess everyone is enjoying the long weekend, but all of you all who have joined, welcome again to our knowledge on Keptn. Uh, as we all know, we have uh, orchestration tools which are now plenty in the market, but we've done some homework on Keptn, uh, wherein you can play around with orchestration. You can play around with multiple environments and obviously deep dive into dashboarding and let us say observability and meaningful alerting. So, uh, as I said earlier in the previous knowledge as well, that automated observability is the future, and making the dashboard more meaningful via automation will be the trend. Uh, we are obviously talking about multi-environment or let us say multi-stage um, environments wherein every cluster has a different meaning. So that orchestration becomes typical. So welcome. Let's deep dive into Keptn. Over to you, Abhishek.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul, for the great introduction. Yeah, let me share first. So, hi everyone, good afternoon. I hope you are enjoying that long weekend with that. And so today our session will. My name is Abhishek Dwivedi, and I am working in an Aldus as a capacity of senior software consultant, and I am also Google certified professional cloud architect. So today our session will be on Keptn. What is Keptn? Keptn is a cloud native application lifecycle orchestration tool. So before that, before starting, we need to some knowledge etiquettes. We need to follow that. There is a punctuality. If you are joining late any sessions, then you must be miss something points, good points or important points for the sessions. So please try to join on the time. And for any session, feedback is best thing we have to do. We have to give, because if you want to anything suggest, any want to change it, any want to correction in that session, it's come through the feedback. So please give feedback on time, and or connect with us also. And next thing is, please keep your mobiles and other devices silent mode so that you don't get any disturbance in between the session, and avoid disturbance like between the session, chit chat and something like that. I hope you will follow all the things. Thank you. So our agenda of today is what is Keptn. We will see what's Keptn, what Keptn do, and anything that, and what Keptn tries to solve the problems. So after that, we will see the features of Keptn, understand the architecture of Keptn, how Keptn works, use cases of Keptn, and in the last demo. So let's start. So what is Keptn? Keptn is an open source enterprise grade control plane for the control native continuous delivery and automated operation. Okay, that's maybe high level things, but what does it really means? So allow me to explain you. It's like something it use declarative approach to build scalable automation for delivery and all operations. So Keptn uses a simple declarative approach that allows specifying DevOps automation flows like delivery and operations automation without scripting all the details. Like today, we work on the continuous delivery side, and for that we create many scripts in mainly on Jenkins side. We use build, test, and push on the registries, and then deploy. And each one app handle their own script, and each team have their own scripts. Each team has the long script for maintain, and that a tidy process for that. So Keptn separate the process of defined by SREs, and for actual tooling defined by the DevOps engineers, and information about the artifact. So SRE had their different role, and DevOps engineer have their different roles. So their concern areas should be different, and with developers concern area also should be different. So the main idea behind the two main idea behind the Keptn focus is that automated operations as well as continuous deployments. So Keptn basically looks at automated tests, automated deployments, automated quality gates, and integrate whole stack of monitoring with that. So let's see what problem Keptn tries to solve. There are majorly three problems we see in the industry, in the DevOps side also. What are the three problems? Too complex automation pipelines are too hard to maintain. If we see that we have to write, if we Groovy script in sometime in Jenkins also we have to write that they follow many lines of code that to tidy process, and if anything happens in that code, then you have to go through all the codes and everything there. That's also time taking process, and it's if that's increased the delivery time also. That's not good for any client, for industry timing also. So next problem is that if every team has their own scripting process and delivery scripts, and that if we want to use that reuse that script, it's not easily possible. We have to some changes, tweaks that code and all that thing. It's not like that we can reuse that script in each process or each team and each projects. So and it's hard to maintain and extend and optimize that code also. So that's also one of the major issues that we are facing right now. What's the third problem is that in third problem is lots of manual work. If you see that, suppose we are in using Jenkins for that continuous delivery, we use first we take time to write a code for that, script for that. Then we have to do functional testing for dev stage, and then we have to do if many developers don't depend on the automated functional testing, so they try to do manual works. It's also manual work, and then it's go to staging environment where performance testing happens. Also there will be manual work, manual testing done. So these manual works create, you can see here that 80% of time is spent in manual work. So Keptn tries to solve this all the things and make this thing automated, make this process of delivery and release process automation. Okay, if you see that we have in Jenkins we have build, deploy, test, manual approvals is there. It's a normal process, but these manual works take about 30 to 60 minutes to promote to staging. That's not a good for any delivery process. Okay, so what are the features of the Keptn? First part is that automating. What's Keptn Automate? Keptn Automate observability, dashboard, alerting system, and SLO. It depends upon SLO driven multi-stage delivery. What is SLO? Service level objectives. What are that? We have to define some test cases, and okay, we have to define criterias in that. Okay, if that criteria follow, if the application or delivery fulfill that criteria, it will go to next stage. So that will be dependent Keptn follow. And next in operation and remediation process. Remediation means here that if anything happens, if anything goes bad, then it will automatically roll back to the previous thing. There or anything rollback process we can all easily automate in the Keptn also. And most important thing and most beautiful part is that of Keptn is that we can easily to integrate any supporting tools on the subscription based. Not like that in Jenkins we have to deploy an integration process, we have to write scripts, and we have to use plugins and all that thing. Here it's not like that. So Keptn use declarative, extensible, and based on GitOps thing. And as I earlier said that the clear separation of concern, it should be good for the uh, uh, timely delivery of any application and timely delivery process, and uh, in short a span of time we can deliver the application for it. Should be that developers have their should define which artifact to use and want fast feedback on their codes. So it can be provided, it Keptn provide this all the things, and there each stakeholders have their own concern area and they have separated one, and they are not a mixed kind of things like that. We right now we are facing the issues. So here SLI drive in Keptn SLO driven by the SLIs. What is service level indicators? We define indicators. We define in S. There is YAML file and SLI names. We define all the metrics and based on matrices based evaluation. so that too we can evaluate the delivery and what going on there, if the delivery is as on criteria is followed or not. What so like so for example, we have error rate login request on dev environment and it fails, then we cannot we will not deploy this on a stage environment. So we can save many time much times in there to, so that we don't waste any time on that delivery process. So we meet through this we can meet our SLAs also with clients and customers like that. So Keptn helps in making that a whole automation delivery automation process on time, or without wasting any time, without wasting any manual work, and within a SLA of with our clients. Okay. Now understand. Now we will understand what is architecture of Keptn. Architecture of Keptn is not so complicated. We can see here that there is automated. As we said, our Keptn is a control plane. So there is an automated cloud control plane, and there is services we can use that like GitOps, container registry, continuous delivery, and test automations we have, and observability like we have chat ops like, and dashboarding also. Dashboarding is main part there, and platform where we are deploying like Kubernetes, like we have dev namespaces, staging namespaces, production namespaces. Not exactly not it's not only namespaces. We can also add a cluster with them. So reduce pipelines complexity. We can reduce the pipeline complexity by letting Keptn orchestrate declarative and data-driven delivery ops automation. So complexity is main thing is that in any delivery process or any segment, that if we have less complexity, we can reuse, we can easily solve the issues, solve the errors, any cases, we can easily solve that. So so how, let's see how Keptn works. Okay, you can see that I will show in demo part also that how Keptn works, but here we can understand theoretical part. Like, okay, pick your use. We can pick our use cases like SLO quality gate. Quality gates is that okay, we defined that okay, after achieving these criteria, we can say that okay, delivery goes to from this one stage to another stage, or another environment to another different environment, like that, like dev stage and production side. So we can use our we can define our use cases easily we on dashboards also, and many and by CLI also, many processes there. And we have auto remediation. Main thing is auto remediation. If anything goes wrong in production environment, then it can automatically goes to the rollback to the previous version or previous things, like without any zero downtime, with zero downtime like that. Okay, so how can we bring our whole configuration there? There is four parties there: SLO, shipyard, workloads, and runbook there. Shipyard is the main part where we define everything, like how the process will follow and how the sequence will follow that. We will discuss in later part of the session. And after that we connect our tools as per different upon, like it's like dev environment. We have functional testing, we have different type of coding, we have JMeter, and we can many things we are attached. And for other thing we for dev environment we are using helm for version 3, but on staging environment we are using different helm, that we can use different tools like that. We can define attach, we can subscribe any many tools on the basis of subscription on a different environment as well. And if we don't want to use in future, then we can easily unsubscribe them. It's not like that we have to integrate and something like deploy and something like that. Okay, so and main good thing, one of the good thing is Keptn, that it's a whole event driven process. So what's the meaning of event driven process? Okay, so this is that, like everything in every event, anything happens in Keptn, it generate an event. So like if we go to deploy generate event, and these events which need these event consumed by the tools we have subscribed, so that easily anything goes to that their respective tools, and depend upon that we can do our sequencing work, and how that like deployment, functional testing, and all that evaluation process we can perform, and depend upon the respective tools we want in that environment. Okay, now we can connect as I already said many times, that we can connect many tools here. Like for delivery we can use Argo CD, Jenkins, GitLabs, Helm, and many things like that. For observability we can Dynatrace, Prometheus, many things. For testing, we can JMeter, Selenium, we can use that. Even we can, for alerting process or notification process, we can alert, we can attach Teams, Slack, and many more things. And automation, we can use Python and Ansible. Also, we can easily integrate just by the subscribing, not need to deployment and anything like that. Okay. As I earlier said, that what is shipyard? Shipyard is main part that. So it's a shipyard is like process environment definition. We can define. You can see that here. We have defined that. Okay, in dev stage, we have what else you can delivery type. How will be delivery? It will direct deployment strategy in the deployment. And after deployment, there is a test, which is functional testing, and after that there is evaluation, and with the name of and after that delivery direct, which is deployment directly. It depends upon that. And if we can define other environment like dev, this is for dev. We can define here stage and production also. So it's like a transparency and the tooling system, like how the tools attach with in the whole sequence. We can see here easily. And separation done by the cloud events also. We can separate these events with these through the events, cloud events in that. What are the use cases of Keptn? First is main use cases is automatic observability, dashboard, and alerting. And second is an automatic SLO-driven multi-stage delivery, which is highly demand in the industry. That any client, if we get any client, they already ask that it should be SLA-driven multi-stage delivery process and like something that. And last was the automated operation by closed loop recommendation. Roll for any delivery process. Rollback is most important thing for that. If anything goes wrong, we don't have any time for the like downtime for the any application of the client and customers like that. It provide a bad image for us that also. So zero downtime is most important thing in the delivery process. So let's go for the demo. So for demo, we have Kubernetes also already installed, and Kubernetes cluster already set up. Now we can. I have already skipped that part for the deployment part because we don't have much time for that, and so we can go that. Okay, you can see that here we have already deployed in that all the necessary deployments in that. For deployment, I will give the reference part. How can we deploy? What's the process of deployment? We can we give the links and all the things, details. You can see here that all we have that API gateway, approval services, bridge and configuration services, Helm services, JMeter. All things are there. Comes with all integrated with Keptn as well. On it with. So we can see that. Let me show you that the dashboard we have that. Okay, you can see that here. I have already created a one project there, and this is a dashboard. We can see here there is a three environment: dev, staging, production here, and I have deployed recently that these we have. I have deployed two services, cards and cards DB. There is also. Let me show you that how cards DB look like. This is a card service. Here we have demo service we have deployed here. So we can see here that sequence. that how in dev environment we have deployed, what's the delivery process, and something like we have there. You can see the deployment, release, and also that release will show that how deployment happened, how the release happened. And if we see that here, evaluation process are already running here. The test is running by the JMeter, and evaluation of that, okay, how much, at what criteria it coming on, if it okay to move to that staging environment or not. We have defined SLIs also, and after that evaluation it will get SLI, that how it will go to the staging part. So if we go to staging part here, you can see here it passes through the after dev. If it passes all the criteria, then it go to staging. And if what all the performance test and load testing done by that automatically, then it go to production environment automatically. We don't need to do anything like that. And and we can integrate many tools like from here. Like we can integrate, and uniform is that tool where we can see that what are the tools we have integrated here. You can see the JMeter, helm services, approval services, lighthouse where it's work as a quality gates. Lighthouse is a quality gates here. And remediation process, we can save our circuit secrets also, all that things. And we can make our own project. We can create our own project also. Like let me create that. Okay, you can see here we can create by CLI. We can give our Git repo and get username with token and shipyard. So how the sequence will happen in that your project. So let me give you that test and one. Let me create one project for you. Okay, I have already there a Git repo. Okay, you can see that we have all the things defined here. You can see that shipyard YAML file. How we have defined everything here. You can see that for dev we have delivery, and for delivery direct, and for DV purposes. And we have include in direct way. In the direct delivery we have functional testing for evaluation and release process also. And for staging environment we have performance testing here defined also. And we are following the blueprint deployment for the way. And we can see that in rollback we have defined also the rollback, how rollback is trigger. We have defined all the thing event basis on that. If okay, stage delivery finished, it will be rollback on that. If the stage delivery finished get fails, then it will automatically roll back to the previous version. Okay, and now we have defined production. So you can see that how easily thing attached with that. No, some nothing such as complex we can define here. As we have C in Jenkins and many scripting Groovy script labs and like that. Okay, now we can let's start create a one project with Keptn demo. Okay, let me show you. You can see there is a one project created with Keptn demo with dev staging production environment we have created. And now we can create a first service there with name of like something like cart is also. You can give cart same as. You can see the cart service is created here in the dashboard. We can see here. Now we can add resources like functional testing and all that things. Like we have which service we are going to use. Like first we have to use Helm service for deployment. Okay. Now our demo application needs a MongoDB for the database purposes. So we will deploy it also. Add help for it also. Okay. Here the cart and cart DB services are in the process is there. We have defined. We can see here also environment and services. Here we can see the two services are also in our project added. Now we will trigger without any functional getting, without any quality get functional services, functional testing. Now we will trigger simple way. So let's give the first build with that for the cart with tag and with these all the process not only depends on CLI, it can be done for the dashboard also. Okay, the sequence, the process starts. Okay, now what I'm telling you that we can do our sequencing also. So let's finish it. It will finish. Let's give a trigger with DB also. We can see that Keptn demo DB dev environment is created here. Now it's deploying there. Okay, we can see that delivery is done. It's now running on the staging environment. You can see here that dev is done. Okay, dev is done, and now it's running on the stage environment. Now, no, nothing is on production side. If it pass the staging, it will go to the production environment as well also. Yeah, you can see it passes the staging. Now it's deploying on the production side also. See here evaluation. You can see that the pass warning and all the things. We can get the chart also. We can give an heat map also with that. Okay, and we can get that also like this. So all the evaluation and all the automation process, all the evaluation quality gates and how the process will that continuous deployment and continuous delivery is actually here. We can do here on the dashboard also. Okay, and we can now we will give a trigger to functional testing. We can apply a functional test on the dev stage. Okay. And performance on staging environment. I hope it's completed on every moment. Dev staging production. Production delivery is running. Okay. Okay. Let's again trigger the one more time for dev environment with new tag with new release like something to let it complete. We can afford. It's taking time. See why it's taking time. Okay, you can see that dev production namespaces are there. Okay, so all running here. Completed here also. Refresh. Let's trigger that. After deployment, it will go to the functional testing. Then it will go to the SLO and SLI's process, the evaluation process. Then it will be depend upon the SLI. It will move to the staging environment after that. If it fails in SLO, functional testing or evaluation process, it will not go to staging environment automatically. So for now, if anyone have any questions, we can get that. You can ask me till the deployment happen here. Anyone? Anyone have any doubt? Something? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Abhishek, you are audible.
I'm sorry for the network. Sure. Let me share it.
I'm so sorry to disturb you, Abhishek, but we have another session lined up. Can you please wrap up
Sure,
the
sure.
session?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we can see that that release is happened, and we can define SLIs also. So that's thing from my side. That's the Keptn. Anyone have any doubts, any confusion, anything? We can any questions can ask easily. Feel free to ask. I hope everyone gets that. What's the purpose of Keptn? How Keptn works? What is Keptn?
Hey Abhishek, any competitive tool you can refer to while you decide whether to use Keptn?
Competitive tool is can right now is that kind of thing is nothing is that no competitive till now.
Okay,
But
okay,
it's because it's a CNCF first part is that and we can easily integrate our existing tools with that like Jenkins we have already used for the CI part. We can attach Jenkins with any tool with like Keptn
sure.
also. So we can get reference for reference. You can go to the Keptn official site. They have repos and branding and many things that you can get from that GitHub repos. Anyone? Any more questions? Okay. So I take it. Then thank you for the session, for listening my session and be there for with me. If you have any doubts, anything, you can get me in touch with us on my email ID and also from the Nolda's website also. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek, for such an insight on Keptn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you.